Hi class, how are you? Here we are again for another lesson, and today we're going to be talking about economic basics. So, economic basics. People make choices about how they want to meet their wants and their needs. So, economics bring together people and businesses that make and sell and buy goods and services. Economics is the study of how people meet their wants and needs. People must answer three basic economic questions. What goods and services should be produced? How should goods and services be produced? And who uses or consumes those goods and services? The resources that people use to make goods and services are called factors of production. The three main factors of production are land, labor, and capital. So the factors of production. An entrepreneur is a person that combines resources to create new businesses. So an entrepreneur is somebody who is going to create a new business. So they start with an idea, they start calculating what are they going to need to make this idea happen. They're going to look for the resources, the land resources, the economic resources, and they're going to make agreements so that they can start a new business. Land, labor, and capital. These are the three main factors of production. So the first one is land and its resources. The second one is human labor, which is the workforce to produce the goods or services. And the third one is the capital, which is the money that is going to be used to produce the goods and services. So entrepreneurs use the factors of production to produce goods and services. Let's review. The facts of production are land, human labor, and capital. Okay, so here we have in the left side, we have goods, which would be like, the goods are things. So it can be shoes, clothes, food, etc. And the services are, for example, electricity or the internet service, okay? So we have goods and services. Making choices. There is no limit to the things that we people want, but there are limits to what can be created. Scarcity is when there is a limited quantity of resources to meet unlimited wants. And I can explain you this. Remember when the pandemic started, all of a sudden everybody was buying toilet paper like crazy. They were stocking up on toilet paper like it was the end of the world. And you went to the supermarket and you would find no toilet paper. That is called scarcity. That's because there was more demand than there was a supply of the product. Now it's no longer like that. But in the beginning of the quarantine, everybody went crazy buying toilet paper, and the supermarket, you couldn't find any more toilet paper. So that is what is called scarcity. The product was not available anymore. Since people have limited money and time, they have to choose what they want most. So making a choice involves opportunity cost, or the cost of what you have to give up. In other words, this means that we have to choose how are we going to spend our money. And normally we're going to spend our money in the things that we need the most. So if we have a certain amount of money, the most important thing that we have to always buy is food. So we're not going to buy an expensive car and give up buying food. So we have to make the choice of how are we going to spend our money. Economics also involve demand and supply. This is very important. Pay attention. Demand is the desire for a good or service. And supply is the amount of a good or service that is available. So demand and supply are connected to price. If the price of a product increases, the people will buy less of it. So the demand will decrease. If the price of a product decreases, demand will increase. This means that if a product is cheaper, there is going to be more demand. And if a product is very expensive, there will be less demand. So, for example, if you have a sale of clothes, that's where you're going to be spending your money because it's on sale instead of buying a super expensive fancy car. So there would be more demand for the clothes that are on sale than the demand for a fancy car that costs thousands and thousands of dollars. Supply functions in a similar way. If the price of a product increases, companies will make more of it. But if the price of a product decreases, companies will make less of that product. The price at which demand equals supply, it's called the market price, or the price at which a product will sell. So the price of a product that we're going to find in the stores, it's called the market price. Basic economic choices have influenced world events. As high demand of resources such as gold or oil has led to exploration and colonization to obtain these goods. So many countries, they have colonized other countries that have gold or that have oil so that they can have these goods. Making goods and services. Economics bring together producers and consumers. So who are the producers? The producers are the people or businesses that make and sell the products. And the consumers are the people or businesses that buy the products. Producers try to win people by making products cheaper. If they sell more products, they increase their production. But producers will not make more products if the sale price is less than the marginal cost. So the marginal cost is the cost of making a product. So for example, if it costs $20 to make a pair of running shoes, the producers cannot sell it for less than $20 because then they will be losing money. So the marginal cost is $20. That means that the producers have to sell those running shoes for a market price that is a little bit higher, like for example, $30, so that they can actually make some money. Businesses make products because of economic incentives. So an incentive, it's a factor that encourages people to act in a certain way. Money is the biggest incentive. The desire to earn money gives producers an incentive to make and sell product. And the incentive to save money leads people to look for lower prices. And we all do that. We are all looking for products that are cheaper or we take advantage of products when they are on sale. So for this lesson, I want you to pay attention to these key terms and take notes in your notebook. Economics, scarcity, opportunity cost, demand, supply, producer, consumer, and incentive. Those are the key terms for this lesson. And I will see you next time on our next lesson. Goodbye.